I'm going to show you an interview of former Trump propagandist Steve Bannon interviewing a crazy person. Now, I don't say that lightly, okay? One of the things in this clip that I'm going to show you, this is bonkers stuff. I wouldn't let children see this. It's so disturbing. Steve Bannon interviews a woman named Mary Beth. Is that her first name? Is that her first and middle name? Is that her first and last name? We have no idea. Her name is Mary Beth, supposedly. And Mary Beth says she believes that the Satanic Temple is secretly sending recruiters to school in after-school programs to recruit and even grab children. Think about that for a second. And Steve Bannon, I guess, kind of pretends like Mary Beth is a sane person. And one of the, what's the point here? Mental health, very serious issue, not to be stigmatized. We want everybody to have access to mental health services. It's not a joke or any of it, okay? The point here is much of what the right has normalized as political discourse is the sort of stuff that really should be handled by mental health professionals. Let's listen.
If it isn't in your school system, it will be soon. So please be on the lookout for it. Like I said, it kind of snuck up on us. We had no idea. I've told people about it. They think I'm crazy when I talk about it.
Yeah.
But Google it, look for it, and definitely look for it in your school system.
It goes to an after-school program, or you're one of the parents have to work and they got to stay after school on other things. And the satanic people are wandering around the school hall because trust me, they'll be looking to grab these kids and put them in there.
So that's very concerning to me.
Yeah, the Satanic Temple has infiltrated after-school programs. This is crazy stuff. And the fact that Steve Bannon has her on and sort of pretends like this is a real concern, that this is a normal thing, fuels a crisis in this country. And it's so difficult to address this topic. I don't want to be disrespectful nor minimize mental illness. We also have to be clear that there are certain things that it's not just a difference of opinion. It's something much more pernicious and more than that. And we have to be able to say, these people have lost connection with reality. We're not diagnosing any particular person, but there are paranoid delusions that are really, really common here. Let me give you an analogous situation, which is actually quite sad. A lot of people from different walks of life watch the David Pakman Show. And so we get emails. I'm not looking at every email directly, but I'll be notified when certain concerning things come up. And we've had everything from people who said they were suicidal, and we were fortunately able to get medical services involved and to help them. And we later heard from these people. I really appreciate that actually that my emails just didn't go nowhere, that somebody's monitoring this stuff, even if it's not me. All sorts of different situations. There are about 10 or so instances where people were writing to me. They were writing to me, as far as that they knew, at least, with what are called in the mental health field ideas of reference, which is sort of like when people watch the show and I'm just speaking to the entire audience and people start to believe that I'm sending them a message specifically. And this is sometimes called ideas of reference. And the way it usually goes is we will get emails from folks who will say something along the lines of, I was able to understand based on the way David's eyes looked while he was saying something that he was signaling me. There was one which was really sad, which was someone thought that I was blinking messages in Morse code to them, totally unrelated to the subject matter about which I was speaking. Okay. That's like a really, really sad thing. And oftentimes these emails will be completely intermixed with completely wacky political ideas. And I understand that it can be difficult to draw the line between where we just have a political idea and where we go over into some kind of mental illness. And again, without diagnosing any particular person with any particular condition, we can have a disagreement about what the tax rate should be. And we would like mostly say that these are sane conversations. and we could be right or wrong about what's the best tax rate for this, that, or the other. That would be very clearly on one side of the spectrum. Very clearly on the other side of the spectrum would be like, David, you're blinking a message in Morse code to me. Okay. But then you start to get into stuff like flat Earth. And we've talked to experts about conspiracy theories and these sorts of things where flat Earth, yeah, it's an idea that's sort of like about the nature of our world, but it's so widely demonstrated that it's wrong that it can start to kind of eke into some. And then we go into some of the vaccine stuff. Well, this is all a plot by the deep state to inject some kind of dormant bioweapon. And then in 2029, Bill Gates will flip a switch and all of the vaccine that's been injected into people will turn them into zombies. Geez, that starts to be closer to David's blinking messages in Morse code to me. I don't know where the line is, but one of the real problems and challenges we have right now is that too much stuff that is at best gray area and at worst outright paranoid delusions has become acceptable political discussion among the American right wing at this point in time. I don't know how we fix it. This isn't about being anti-religious. This isn't about it's about being anti-insanity, and we have to stop the normalization of this stuff. And Mary Beth saying the satanic temple's grabbing children after school, it's pretty gray, if not on the far end of that spectrum to me. Let me know what you think.